There we go, the first nail in the coffin of our Premier League status, as West Ham have lost to Fulham. That first of the 4 winnable must-win games was lost. I'm still away for Christmas, still not home, but I thought I would try and put some thoughts together, because I was speechless yesterday. It's like I'm shocked and not shocked at the same time. It's bad. It is bad as it gets, to be honest with you. You know, we just cannot get results over the line. Team incapable of getting clean sheets, a team incapable of consistently scoring goals, recipe for relegation. And we are where we deserve to be. We are absolutely where we deserve to be. And I've been saying this for a while, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of games left to play. You know, anything can happen, all of that stuff, of course. And I believe that. But we've won 3 games all season. 3 games. So the idea that we'll just turn it around and go on this amazing run is just based on hope. It's pure hope. There's no, and you know, it's what I was saying to Nikki, it's not based on anything that we've seen. And I look at the Fulham game, and there was some good individual performances yesterday. Some good individual performances, but we don't have it as a team. That's the problem. We don't look like a unit that are fighting for their lives, that are pressing in numbers. You know, that's our problem. And I see it from teams like Leeds, who will stay up. They will stay up. And it's looking like it could be at our expense. Our only hope really is Forest. The thing is, a lot can change in a few games of football, a few weeks. But it's on us. This is the problem, right? One, it's not in our hands, and we have to go on runs. We have to go and beat a team, and then beat the next team, and the next team. We're nearly pretty much halfway through the season now, having won 3 games, and we're going to have to probably over double that return. So, I'm sorry I can't be positive. I'm sorry I have to be pessimistic, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I said the positives were there. I thought there were some really good performances from Magassa. I thought were really good. I don't know why Nuno took him off. Maybe he thought he was looking tired or whatever, but he was actually contributing to the attack and actually helping create some chances. I mean, I just had a debate with some bloke who's on Twitter that's saying he don't rate Fernandes and Magassa, and he wants our midfield back from last season, and he'd rather have Rodriguez, Souček, and flipping Ward-Prowse as our midfield. I'm like, what the hell is this talking about? Like, the midfield is not the issue there. Potts, Magassa, Fernandes all played well. Our attack was toothless, because once again, in a must-win game at home, Nuno opts to not start with a striker. Insane. Bowen had a poor game, but if you're asking Bowen to play up front, what do you expect? What do you expect? He's a right winger. He's a right winger, and that's where he's comfortable. But not playing with a striker, you know, it's playing at a handicap. We should have been on the front foot. We had good spells in the game, but we started very slowly and we're just toothless. Somerville's a good player, but we know he's got no output. Paqueta, again, shocking. Absolutely shocking. Might pull off the odd half-decent through ball, but he was just poor. Like, okay, maybe if we had a striker on, you know, you have someone like Wilson getting on the end of some of these balls, but Paqueta should be a talisman. He should be someone that's taking the game by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. I can't believe that stat. I think Nicky and Ryan said it the other day. Like 1 assist in like 60 games. Like, and that can't be. That's insane. But it sums him up. Like I said, he hardly gets any goals and assists. Paqueta. Poor. And I look at the defence, and do you know what? I have to talk about Ollie Scholes, because he's been getting some grief. Some fans saying he's not good enough, it's not his level. I disagree. Like, up until that era, the amount of times you go back on the watch along, I was praising Scholes. Like, the tackles he was putting in, some of the balls he was putting in, you know, some of the passing. Like, he had a good game, Scholes. He made one mistake, right, by just trying to clear the ball. He tried to do what he needed to do. He swung his leg at the ball, missed it. Right, simple mistake. And unfortunately, it's led to a goal. But I'm sorry, even if, you know, we walk away and you can say, do you know what, he's cost us a point. Fuck the point. Fuck the point. Point's not good enough. Had he cost us, you know, 2 points, where we would have got 3, and we've walked away with 1, maybe, you know, it'd be a lot worse. But I don't care about the draw. Oh, we could have got a draw. Who cares? We need wins. We need wins. We were never scoring, and this defence ain't capable of keeping clean sheets anyway. It's not like Scholes has come in now and, oh, that's the reason why we've not won the game, is because of Scholes. You know, this team before Scholes has come in. By the way, Ollie Scholes, who hasn't had any minutes all season until, I believe, Man City. He may have came off the bench in one game or played a little bit in the Wolves game in the Cup, but barely any football played all season. And now he's been thrown straight in and asked to start every game and play for 90 minutes because he's all we have. And like I said, massively unlucky, and I'm really disappointed with the senior players yesterday. You know, to see Scholes in tears yesterday, it was heartbreaking. You know, he broke down, you could see he was devastated. No one went to put an arm around him. You know, the manager, Bowen, the captain, who I defend a lot as the captain, like, none of them. Paqueta, Kilman, like, these senior players, like, just left him there crying on his own. Shocking. Absolutely. And that's what we wonder, why we're in the state that we're in. You know, the lack of leadership in this team. Not to go round and go, listen, you can keep your head up. You had a good game. We move on. No one's gone and done that. Maybe someone said it in the dressing room, but you've got to do it right there in the moment. Right there, you're just leaving him. Poor. And it's just indicative of the mess that we're in. It really is. Kyle Walker-Peters had a good game, I thought. Tadibo should have done better for that goal, by the way. I think people forget that he was there and mistimed his jump. You know, Jimenez was behind him and goes and heads it in. It's just not good enough. And I look at Nuno, I think the bench was horrendous. That the lack of quality or the experience on the bench, you know, where you can really look at, it's only Wilson that you look at and think, yeah, he can come on and change the game. Callum Wilson, but he should be starting anyway. So if you don't have, if Callum Wilson's on the pitch and you look, what the hell can we do on this bench to change games? So he is operating at a handicap, Nuno, but he's not doing himself any favours. That's the problem with these lineups. Like, he has to find a way to work with what he's got and grind out results. He has to. And we go now to Brighton. Can we have any confidence, any hope against Brighton? Because we lose that game or we don't win that game, oh my God, it's getting grim. we're not going to have time. Like, we sit there and pin our hopes on the transfer window, like that's going to save our season. It's too late by then. We're going to have to go on an epic run after we bring these players up. Because I look at Forest, yeah, they lost 2-1 to Man City, a narrow loss at home to Man City. They've got more about them than we have. They've got enough to go and get wins against teams like Fulham. I know they lost to Fulham away, but like these sort of games at home, they can pick up these wins. We can't. We just 3 wins in 18 games is shocking. Minus 17 goal difference. Second worst goal difference in the league. We are where we're meant to be right now. So it's tough, it's painful. All we have left is hope, and just hope that the next game we can somehow find a way to win. But until we start really creating better chances and making the most of the chances that we do get and not wasting them, and finding a way to keep clean sheets, we're nosediving into relegation. It's tough, it's heartbreaking, you know, and has to be said, the criticism, the pressure, everything has to go to Sullivan. Like, the buck stops there. Like I said, our squad is so paper thin. That's not on Nuno, that's not on the players, that's on the ownership. This is the squad that they've built. So we got to keep the pressure on. The protests are continuing. You know, I see Big Dave, who, listen, I like Big Dave. Big Dave's been coming on West Ham Fan TV for a while now, but I see him criticising the protests and saying they should be doing more. If anyone wants to publicly criticise the protests, then do something yourself. It's easy to sit back and say, well, that's not good enough, you should do that better, you should do that better, when you have the ability to start and do something yourself. Get involved. Like, you can sit there and, you know, not get involved in any of the protests and say, it's not good enough, so they need to do more. We can all do more. Everyone can do more. Get behind it. That's all we've got. And, you know, people will say, we need to abandon it and just, you know, everyone needs to get behind the team. What will that look like? It's incapable of creating a hostile environment for the opposition, and we're not going to see it. The only people, the fans that you will hear making a noise in games, are the fucking ones that protest. So, you know, like I said, the protesters, they're doing something, and that's all we can do. We're not in a relegation battle because people are protesting, and we're not going to stay up because people stop protesting. It's all down to what we start doing on the pitch, the teams that Nuno puts out, the substitutions he makes, and the players that clown Sullivan lets him bring in January. Nuno, until January, until we get that in, has to grind out results, and then Sullivan needs to spend the money. It's simple as that. No amount of protesting is going to change a thing, or lack of protesting, sorry. Right, so we might as well. It brings attention to the issues at this club, puts pressure on Sullivan where it needs to be, puts that spotlight, and it's been working. Obviously Billy Bonds died, so it died down, rightly so, for a little bit, but best believe, and I'm very sure about this, in the new year it ramps up. It ramps up, and as it should. You know, we had a protest before the Burnley game. I think there was a march before the Burnley game, and we won that game. So just pipe down all these criticisms of fans and put the criticism where it actually belongs. The ownership, some of these players, and the manager. And I'm not Nuno. I said I can't be asked. Whatever happens, I haven't got the energy to be manager out this season. If we go down, we go down with Nuno. I'm not doing it because it's just a cycle. Lopetegui, Potter, then Nuno. And I think I'm still very bored of hearing about the Moyes talk, because as if we weren't shocking in his last season and in the league the season before that. And if you think it's a manager problem, then you're excusing David Sullivan of responsibility, because that's where it comes down to. You know, most managers would struggle to do anything under him. We was always heading in this direction. Always. You know, we sold a player like Rice. Now the Arsenal fans' ears will prick up. Didn't replace him. Our midfield had been shocking for a good few seasons. Very slow and aged, like the whole squad. And we wondered why I was in this mess. Now we've improved the midfield. But it's the other positions now on the pitch that's letting us down. So, yeah, no hope right now. But who knows? Like I said, it's just all we can do is sit there and think, well, we got, you know, 20 games or whatever it is left. Anything can happen. That's all we can hold on to right now. It's bad.